Hi everybody, this is Crystal. Today I'm going to show you how to make this really easy. It's for a phone, or it's a little bitty bag for breast cancer awareness. For your phone, it's actually really easy and customizable. You can make it to fit your tablet or even a laptop. You would just need to make thicker and stronger handles, but it's super easy. So let's go ahead and get started on it. Okay, for this project, I am using Peaches and Cream, which is a 100% cotton, medium weight 4-ply. You don't have to use this brand, and you don't even have to use cotton. I probably recommend cotton because it's a little bit stronger, but acrylic will work as long as you have any type of 4-ply yarn. Will be fine. The color I'm using is called Pastel Pink. I think there's like 97 yards. 120 yards in this skein, and this will be plenty. One skein will be plenty to do a size for like a phone, because this is adjustable. You can make it fit any phone or tablet. So I know this will be plenty for a phone, but if you do a big tablet, you might need more. And then I'm going to be using a size I, which is a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. And then I got some ribbon. I got this at Walmart. It's 3/8 inch ribbon. If you want to put ribbon on it, you can. It's pink and it's got the shiny edge. That's completely up to you. And I got a button at Walmart also, if you want to put a button on it. This one is 1 1/8 inch button. So you don't have to. You can use one bigger or smaller. You don't even have to use a button. And I have a bead that I got, actually off a string of beads that I got at Walmart. Breast cancer bead, and I'm just going to use one of these. And again, this is optional, just to decorate it. You don't have to put any of that stuff on there if you don't want to. So this should be really quick and easy, and you can make it to fit any size phone or tablet that you have. Probably even a laptop if you wanted. But I got this old phone here, so I'm going to make it fit that. And what you want to make a chain for the length of your phone or tablet or whatever you're making. So see, mine's a little short still. It's about like till it goes so from one end to the other. It doesn't have to be exact, but see how mine's pretty close there. And then what you once you get your length of it like that, add one more, just like that, and then you can move that out of the way. And now what you want to do is single crochet in the second stitch from the hook. And then it's just one single crochet in every stitch for the length of the chain. So it's going to be real easy. The whole thing's just going to be pretty much single crochet. Okay, once you get to your last stitch of your chain, remember your stitch count's probably going to be different in mine because your device might be bigger or smaller. But once you get to the end of your chain, you want to go ahead and put 3 single crochets into that last spot. So there's 1, 2, and 3, like that. And then we're just going to kind of take our work and flip it, and we're going to work down the other side, just the back side of the chain. So I put 3 single crochets there in that stitch, so I'm going to go ahead and put one single, jump to the next stitch and put 1 single crochet in it. like that. And now I'm going to put 1 single crochet in every stitch over here on the opposite side of the chain. Okay, and then when you get to the last stitch over here on this side, I'm going to go ahead and put 3 single crochets into that last spot. That way it matches the other side. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And now you're going to need a stitch marker of some sort. I'm just going to use a piece of yarn. And what you want to do is put it right here. That way you know where you begin and where you end. And now we're just going to be doing rounds of 1 single crochet in every stitch. So you just want to jump right here to your first single crochet that you made. Right there. And single crochet into it. And then I'm going to put 1 single crochet in every stitch all the way around. Back to this, till I get back to my stitch marker. Even when you get over here to the end, you just keep putting 1 single crochet in every stitch around the corner here. Okay, when you make it back to your stitch marker, all you want to do is pull it out and move it up like that, and then you can go around again, putting 1 single crochet in every stitch. And you're just going to keep doing rounds of single crochet, and eventually it'll start to turn up. You got to get a few rounds to go before it starts to turn up, but eventually it'll start to turn up like that. And you want to keep doing the rounds of single crochet until you reach the height of your device that you're using. So I'm going to keep going round and around until I get all the way to the top of my phone. Okay, once you made it to the height that your device is, I still have I just stopped right there at my stitch marker. Now I'm not going to quit yet. I'm going to go around one more time, but you can see it's pretty close to the top. You know, I can pull it together and close it. And it don't have to be exactly like mine, but now I'm going to put a button on the front of mine, and I'm going to put just a loop to attach to it from the opposite side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my button just kind of, or I think the center of that, just wherever, you know, if you're doing it like me, just kind of eyeball it till you get to the center. Or you can count if you want to be exact, but I'm just going to eyeball it. And I'm going to kind of follow it back to the opposite side of where I think the center is. I'm going to put a stitch marker back there, and that's where I'm going to put my loop. I guess you don't even have to do it that way. You could just kind of look at it from whatever side. Just say that's your center, and that's where you're going to put your loop. But anyways, you just need to find the center of one of your sides, since both sides look the same, and put a stitch marker there, and that way that's where I'm going to put my loop. And it doesn't have to be exactly in the center. If you want it to be, you can count from each side and try to get it as close as you can to fit your device. But I'll go ahead and take that out. Now I'm going to continue around where I left off. I'm at my very first stitch marker that we started with there. So I'm just going to pull it up like we've been normally doing. And now I'm going to single crochet until I get to my stitch marker that I'm going to use for my chain, my button chain, or button loop. And if you don't even want to put a button on it, you don't have to. You wouldn't even have to do this if you don't want to. It's highly customizable. You can do it however you want. But if you're going to do it like me, when I get to this, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to slip stitch into it, and then I'm going to do a chain. What you want to do is you do a chain long enough that's going to reach around and grab onto your button on the other side. So if you don't have the same size button as me, you might need a bigger or smaller chain, but you just kind of, it's going to stretch. You just kind of guess at it, or you just kind of measure it like this. That's what I do. But I'm going to do a chain of 12. That's what I'm going to do. Like that, and then I'm going to come back into that exact same stitch again, and I'm going to slip stitch one more time right into that same stitch with the stitch marker, like that. And then I'm going to pull that stitch marker out, and I'm going to pull my yarn up real quick, take that stitch marker out. Now I'm going to turn it over, and then I can just kind of tell that if I put my button here, that yes, that's gonna go over, and it's gonna loop around like that. So as long as it fits around the button, you're fine. Now I'm just going to continue around, and if you did that and you checked it and you don't like the way it fits your button, you can adjust the size of your chain. But now I'm just going to continue around, putting one single crochet in every stitch till I get back to my main stitch marker again. Okay, when you make it all the way around back to your main stitch marker, you can go ahead and pull that stitch marker out and just go ahead and slip stitch into the next stitch like that, and then you can pull that up and tie that off, and then you can hide that tail, and I'll do that in a second. But now I'm just going to flip my device back in here, my phone, and now I'm going to just kind of place my button on the front of it and kind of decide when I pull my loop down where I need to sew it. And then once you find out where you want to sew it, take it out. And now you can use a regular yarn needle and yarn, or you can use a regular thread and thread needle to sew it on. Just however you would normally sew a button on, just go ahead and get that sewed on. So I'm going to sew my button on, and then I'm going to hide this tail, and then I'm going to make a couple little straps. Now for the handle, you can do any type of handle that you want, and you don't even have to have a handle if you don't want to. But I'm going to do two just short handles just to make it look like a little bag. If you want to do one long one, that's fine. But if you're making this for like something bigger, like a big tennis tablet or even a laptop or whatever, I would make sure you use handles that are strong enough to support it. So maybe doubling up your yarn and using something other than single crochet, something thicker that's going to hold it. But just for like a little phone or something like this, I'm just going to use single crochets, and you can make them as long as you want. I chain 25 for mine, but like I said, it all depends on how big your phone is and what looks right to you. And once you get your chain that as long as you want to go ahead and single crochet in the second stitch from the hook. If you're doing it like me, if you, like I said, something bigger, you might want to use double crochet or something. But for mine, I'm just going to use single. And what I did to make the chain look not so separated when you went down it, you can do a foundationless single crochet if you want. I don't normally do those. What I do is go into the second stitch from your hook, but if you flip your yarn, you see the back side of it and how there's these one loop on the back. Just if you just go through that one loop, it makes your chain look really nice and clean, like that. See that one bump back there, that one loop? Single crochet, just get that one loop on your hook and single crochet through it. If you do that all the way down, it makes a nice chain, almost like a foundationless single crochet chain, like that. It keeps it all together and it makes it look nice. But if you're having trouble doing that, you can just go ahead and just crochet one single crochet normally in every stitch till you get to the end of your handle, and then all you gotta do is sew them on. Just like that. It makes it look a lot neater. Okay, when you make it to the end, you just tie off. You want to leave a long tail for sewing, and then you can just sew it on with your yarn needle. I'm just going to eyeball it again. I'm going to sew just right onto here, and then I'll sew my other one the same on the other side. So I'll go ahead and get my yarn needle. I'm just gonna eyeball like the center here. Probably had to hide that other tail there, but just kind of get it centered the best you can, and then just take it and sew it on here. Also, I usually sew it to the top. I'll probably sew it to the top 2 stitches here. And you just want to keep sewing it until it's nice and tight. Just so you know it's not going to come undone. Get it sewed nice and tight, and you hide that other tail, and then you just bring this one over to about the same spot, you know, to where it's even on both sides, and sew it the same way. And then you do your other handle on your other side if you chose to use 2 handles. Okay, I got my handle sewed on nice and tight so I can carry my little mini purse phone holder around. I think it turned out cute. But one other thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some, if you watch my videos, I always kind of put some type of beads or bling on my bags. I like to do that just to be different. But you don't have to do that. But I got this ribbon. I'm just gonna cut some of it here, and I'm gonna make a pink ribbon out of it for breast cancer awareness. And I'm gonna use just hot glue to glue it on, and then I'm gonna take my other little bead that I have here, and I'll use hot glue for that too. And if you want to be more sturdy with it, you can use, I would recommend a regular thread and matching thread and a regular needle to kind of sew it on if you decide to do this. But I'm fine with hot glue. I think it works really well with yarn, so I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, I got mine all done. I just went ahead and hot glued my ribbon on and my little bead there for hope, and I'm done with my little phone holder. I think it's really cute. I might carry it around. This actually, I'd have to make a different one because this isn't my phone, but it was just my old phone, so My phone's bigger, but that's cute. I think it turned out good. And if you make this, I'd really like to see a picture of it. You can post a picture on my Bagoday Crochet Facebook page. I'll put a link to that below in the description box. Or if you make anything else, I'd really like to see a picture of it. You can check me out on Etsy and Pinterest and Twitter, and follow me on Instagram. I'll put links to all that stuff below in the description box. And until next time, have a good day.